Like, Maghrib is actually ends if the redness on the sky disappears. But if there is still like a white thread, like a light thread on the west, where the sun has set it, is it still Maghrib, and should the sky should be pitch black to be Isha?
Okay. First of all, we have to understand that the issue of Isha timing is different in some regions and some areas. However, the ruling is the same. Scholars identify the time of Isha by the disappearance of the redness in the direction of the west after the sun disappears. So when the sun actually disappears from the horizon, we cannot see it, it has already set. In the west, where it disappeared, there is a glow of redness. This is the time of Maghrib until the redness disappears. Up north, in Germany, in Scotland, in the Scandinavian countries, which I was not fortunate to visit yet, they say that though the sun had set, the redness had disappeared, yet there is the glow remaining. And sometimes this glow confuses the people, thinking that this is still time for Maghrib. And it reaches way after the Islamic midnight, which is awkward because we know that Isha time is from the time of the disappearance of the redness till the middle between sunset and the break of dawn. So if sunset is at 9:30 and the break of dawn is at 3:30, let's assume. So it is 6 hours. This means that midnight, which the time of Isha expires, is at 12:30. Now these people say the whiteness at the west disappears at maybe approximately 12:15. So this means that we have only 15 minutes to offer Isha and then the time expires. Doesn't make any sense, and it's causing a lot of hardship. In my own opinion, and you guys have to ask your scholars in your country who see and observe it by themselves. In my own opinion, I have the Quran and the Sunnah to follow. Once the redness disappears, regardless of the whiteness or the shining or the brightness of the sky, once the redness disappears, this is the time for Isha. And I would presume that the redness disappears after maybe 50 minutes from sunset. And the glow and the whiteness and the brightness may remain for 2-3 hours. Maybe it remains till Fajr, who knows? In these areas, it is a little bit stranger than anywhere else. But this is what seems to me. Now, some may argue and say, Sheikh, we don't have redness to begin with. And I doubt this. As long as there is a sunset, there has to be redness. But assuming that there is no redness and we cannot identify, or assuming that the redness remains until Fajr time, and this is very far-fetched, but as I said, I've never been to these countries, so I cannot say for myself. But hypothetically, assuming that, in this case, they should calculate and estimate their Isha similarly to the most or closest adjacent country that has redness after sunset and the disappearance of this redness for Isha. Like in the hadith of the Dajjal, like in the hadith or in the states or in the countries that the sun does not disappear at all throughout the whole season, or it's all nighttime throughout the whole season. In this case, we estimate according to the nearest country that has a distinction between night and day, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.